COVID-19 outbreak has halted all NCAA-affiliated sports, so sports like baseball and softball won't be having a season this spring. The pandemic has also affected club sports, like rugby, which means the Robert Morris University men's rugby team won't be hitting the field at all this spring. The MAC quarterfinal matchup between Ohio and Ball State certainly did not disappoint, and after Ohio struggled shooting from beyond the arc in the first half, they shot the lights out of the ball in the second half to survive and advance to the MAC semifinals. Welcome back, I'm Bryan Kurp. Grab your dancing shoes. The Ohio men's basketball team is going dancing at the NCAA tournament. Ohio entered last week's MAC tournament as the number 5 seed and was underdog in all 3 games it played. So how does Ohio respond with no current players having experience in Cleveland? Complete domination. The Bobcats ran through Kent State, Toledo, and then on Saturday night, the Buffalo Bulls. Jason Preston was incredible all week and was named MAC Tournament Most Valuable Player for the first time since 2012. Ohio is going dancing. TVC Hawking supremacy is back in Gloucester. Just 2 years after the Trimble girls basketball program folded, the Lady Tomcats continued their magical 2019-2020 season as they took down Belpre Monday night to claim their first TVC Hawking title since 2005.
This is probably the top sports memory for me in my career, playing and coaching. I never did that before. I never got to do that as a player. This was the 78th day of our basketball today. And by God, we didn't put all that work in for nothing. And they left it all on the floor tonight. That was our number 1 team key tonight, was leave it all on the floor. And by God, all 10 of them did. I'm so proud of them right now. I've never been prouder of a team in my life.
It's one of the best feelings you can have. We worked so hard to get here, and finally the work's paid off, and we're here.
The Lady Tomcats have no seniors or juniors on their roster. 8 sophomores and 2 freshmen make up the team, but that doesn't change the chemistry between the players.
We've played together since we were little, so it's always been there. Like, no matter what, we always just click every time we play.
The young group navigated Trimble through a division filled with stiff competition like Belpre, Waterford, and Federal Hawking.
I think, again, this is only my 5th year, but this is the toughest the TVC girls that our division's been since I've been here. I know that for a fact. Even the year that we had to fold, this is the toughest, I think, by far. It's very balanced. You got to come ready to play every night.
Trimble wraps up the regular season on Thursday at Waterford and begins playoff action on February 15th. It certainly hasn't been the best of seasons for Ohio Bobcats hockey, but yesterday Ohio showed no mercy as it welcomed Mercyhurst to Byrd Arena. And the Bobcats wasted no time getting on the scoreboard. Just 26 seconds in, JT Schmizzy buries one in the net with the wrister, putting Ohio up. And just as his goal is being announced over the PA system, Aiden Greco rips one past the goalie to light up the lamp. Again, 2 goals for Ohio in the first minute, 7 goals in the first period. Then Drew Magyar finishes off his hat trick in the third. All Ohio in this one, 11-0 Bobcats the final. Ohio women's basketball has also been on a hot streak as of late, led by senior sensation CC Hooks. The Bobcats hosted Kent State on Wednesday night. It was the Golden Flash's first game since January 9th, and Hooks was impressive once again. She's good for a few of these every game, stealing it, driving it, and scoring it. Hooks finished the evening with 29 points, 8 assists, and 7 steals before fouling out in the fourth. Kent State brought the game within 4 late, but Ohio got some help from other role players to finish off Kent State 85-70. Now over to some Ohio football news. 17th year head coach Frank Solich and the Bobcats welcomed 4 new players, including a transfer to the program earlier this week, joining 15 other athletes that submitted their letters of intent in December. TJ Jackson transfers to OU from Virginia Tech, where he played in 24 games on the offensive line for the Hokies. Jackson will be eligible to play as a grad transfer. Cornerback Shakari Denson, 6'5" wide receiver Armani Rode, and defensive end Tillman Weaver will join the program as freshmen. Micah Krieghauser made the 15-hour car trip from Florida to join the Copperheads midway through the 2019 season as the Cheds needed more pitchers on their roster. During his time in Athens, Krieghauser got a taste of the tight-knit community on the Copperheads and in Southern Ohio, while striking out some batters along the way.
0-2 pitch home, catches the outside corner, strike 3 call.
It was a really cool experience for me, basically, especially being like far away from home and stuff. But it was really cool to, play in front of that big crowd that they have that I've never pitched in front of 1,500 to 2,000 people, but it was awesome. It was really cool to, get to know everybody.
Krieghauser enjoyed the experience so much that he was set to return to the Copperheads in 2020. But COVID-19 halted Krieghauser's plans and the Copperhead season.
I was upset, but everything happens for a reason, and like I said, I get that extra year, so I'm not missing out on a summer ball with the Cheds. Hopefully, I finished my next 3 years there, but it was I don't know, it was just tough to realize that I wasn't going to be going, but I miss everybody that was on that team.
Despite there being no season, Craig Hauser still wanted to be involved with the organization and the Athens community from his home in Florida, so he signed up for the virtual Copperheads on MLB The Show.
I play a lot of MLB The Show, and I'm like, they're doing the show, like, virtual thing for fans. I was like, hey, can players, enter the draft or whatever they had? And they were like, yeah, sure. I was like, all right, I'll enter the draft. And I got an email, and they were like, hey, you've been selected on the team. I was like, all right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Even though Craig Hauser is a pitcher in real life, virtual Micah Craig Hauser is best known for his offensive abilities. He's certainly swinging a hot bat early in the season.
I think my virtual me went like 3 for 5 the first 2 games we played. So I DM'd them, was like, hey, early front runner for MVP, question mark. They're like, yeah.
When the virtual season is over, Craig Hauser is hopeful that he will once again take the field with his teammates at Bob Wren Stadium next summer. Just one day after being named MAC Player of the Year, CC Hooks put on a clinic in the first half for the Bobcats. Ohio scored just 23 points in the half, and 16 of them belonged to Hooks. The rest of the Bobcats struggled in the first, only shooting 23% and just 2 of 16 from deep. Ball State embarked on a 10-0 scoring run in the second quarter, capped off by this Sidney Freeman three-pointer. That gave the Cardinals a 7-point lead and then a 27-23 advantage at the half. Coming out in the third, the Bobcats were red hot from beyond the arc. Gabby Burris is spot on from deep to bring Ohio within 2. Then on the next possession, Ohio jumps ahead with another Burris tray. Erica Johnson was held scoreless in the first half, but really took the reins in the second for the Bobcats. After Ball State retook the lead, it's Johnson snatching the lead right back with a 3 of her own. Johnson puts Ohio up 8 with this 3. Johnson finished with 19 points in just the second half. But the Cardinals were not done yet. Thelma DeSaugustadter drops a 3 to make it a 1-point ball game, but MAC Player of the Year CC Hooks says, I can do that too. Hooks led Ohio with 21 points and 11 rebounds. The Bobcats hit 8 3-pointers in the second half and will move on in the tourney with a 61-59 win over Ball State. The Redhawks stuck around and actually cut the deficit down to 5 in the second half, but with a shortened bench, some Bobcats saw increased playing time in this one and helped seal the deal. Jasmine Hale connects from long distance, increasing the lead to 9. Then it's the freshman Kate Dennis tallying her first 3 points as a Bobcats, giving Ohio a double-digit lead, and that's it. This Battle of the Bricks belongs to the Bobcats, 84-70, and CC Hooks achieved a rare feat along the way. In the win, Ohio had its second triple-double in program history thanks to CC Hooks, who had 31 points, 11 assists, and 10 steals, and she's really strengthened her case for MAC Player of the Year.
Oh, that's hard. I didn't even know I had that many steals until some of my teammates came up to me and was like, you need 2 more steals. You need 2 more steals to get a triple-double.
After going 7-2 with a trip to the Three Rivers Rugby Conference Championship in the fall, the Robert Morris men's rugby team, also known as the Domers, had both internal and on-the-field expectations for its spring season.
We had a bunch of new guys come out this year for rugby, and our main goal is to teach them how to play it, teach them the rules and all the things that go with it, and second is do well in our tournaments.
Wigan and his team won't get to meet those goals or play a spring season because of the cancellation of club sports. So instead of competing in tournaments, the Domers are at home.
Our initial thought was, well, this sucks, with this virus going around. But later on, we just saw how serious this virus is and kind of think about, well, not playing this year doesn't really mean much. We just need to stay safe.
Even though the team can't be together this spring, they still find ways to communicate and improve their game from home.
We got a group chat with the team, so we always stay in touch. And how we stay in shape is mainly work on cardio. That's the biggest factor playing this sport. You get tired pretty easily. And just if you have a chance to go out, just throw the ball with someone.
And with this 41-6 victory, the Buckeyes advanced to the regional quarterfinals. But Coach Rusty Richards had a little bit of a surprise for himself after the game, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he definitely did. One of the big traditions after a big win, the head coach gets a Gatorade shower. And that was no different as Rusty Richards got that treat from his team. Ethan Go actually tried to hold him back, but he dodged most of it and luckily didn't get too drenched. For the first time since 2012, the Ohio Bobcats are MAC tournament champions. The Bobcats knocked off the Buffalo Bulls 84-69 on Saturday night to punch their ticket to the big dance. After a strong junior campaign, DeMontre Tuggle is off to a strong start in his senior season here in 2020. And on a night where the Bobcats offense wasn't at its best, Tuggle eclipsed a century mark for the first time in his career in the Bobcats' win over the Akron Zips.
Now, Brian, Ohio is currently 3rd seed in the bracket, but hey, anyone can really make a run for it at this point. But what necessarily gives the Bobcats an advantage?
Abby, it's CC Hooks. She's been playing out of this world this season. She scored her 2,000th career point just a couple of weeks ago. And what could possibly match that? How about a triple-double this past Saturday with 10 steals and 30 points? A few fans inside the convo on Wednesday night would have certainly enjoyed the offensive output between the Bobcats and Cardinals, but Bob Bolden certainly didn't, as the Bobcats struggled once again on a defensive end in their 88-85 loss to Ball State.